I might actually spend most of my time talking about names. Hello everyone, Mike Rimland again here, the Plant Hunter. And remember, that's hunter, not hunted. Today we're here to talk about another new variety that we are introducing, or we've introduced to Trending Tropicals over the last 3 or 4 months. I'm going to pick it up. Cool variety. This one's we might spend a bunch of time here on this one when it comes to the name of the plant. We know this plant as, and it's been because historically over the years, known as the genus Xanthosoma. This one particular species is lindenii, even though there's also Magnificum in there. So this thing gets kind of confusing on the variety, but it gets even more confusing is that over the last couple years, I don't remember the exact timeline, somehow it got regrouped into the genus of Caladium. We have a problem with that here because we're of course selling this as an indoor plant, and we have not run into, and this is again from our trials, Caladiums, you might know or don't know, actually go dormant. It's actually, they produce bulbs. Corms, I might not have this exactly right, but basically a bulb type thing when they go dormant and then they shoot back up. We have not seen that at all with Xanthosoma lindenii, now known in the genus of Caladium. I hope you follow me. It's kind of like a Abbott and Costello, who's on first, no, what's on second, and who's on third kind of thing. But back to the plant, incredibly great indoor plant. You know, I think know by now if you've watched the YouTube videos that I do, I always try to put a tagline on what's it all about. What's the tagline? This one is definitely all about, again, the striping and the leaf. Also, maybe I think would say the shape of the leaf being kind of like an arrowhead, and then the position of the leaves. But really, it's just that it's so vibrant, the color, and does really well indoors. A really good attribute of this variety is it doesn't lean real bad like some varieties that are indoor plants that we grow and we sell that are great indoor plants, but this one doesn't turn. I'll use an example like Dieffenbachia. If this is in an east or west window, it's not 2 days later going this way, and then you have to turn it. So, but it does turn over a period of time. A great indoor plant when it comes to also water and movement. It doesn't move a huge amount of water. It's not a spathiphyllum. As far as light levels go, this plant is east or west window. We always tell everybody east or west window. I mean, that's the best place to be. Within 3 feet of the window, because if we say east or west window, you guys have heard me say this a bunch of times, we're talking 4 or 5 hours of light. Again, that's what's going to keep this plant thriving. We want it to thrive, not survive. So it's got a cool history on it. We started producing it, like I said, it goes back. I mean, this plant was in our industry. It's kind of like bell bottoms, on pants. This plant was in our industry about 10 years ago, 15, maybe even 20 years ago. I could be off by a few. I'm getting old, but 20, 25 years, even somewhere in that area. And it kind of just went out. I think it went out of favor because it just was grown by a bunch of people and they kind of went out. We do that, looking for something that's never been discovered before, or even something that's never been commercially available, where, again, we define it as commercially rare. It can be something that was available, and then we turned around and we came back to it, because it's now was, again, commercially rare again, and bring it back into the industry, because, again, it's kind of a retro thing. We have some varieties that we do that with. That with the Ficus lyrata. That's a good example of one that was around for a long time, some of your other ficus varieties. So, we do that also. We don't just plant hunt, or I don't just plant hunt for something that's never been introduced before. We'll go back and look at some new varieties. And there's not that many of them we do that with, but it is kind of neat when you can do that also. And we think it's a beautiful plant, definitely different, at least now it's kind of a retro, and look for it in your stores around North America.